Hello everybody, today we are going to do an unboxing for the Samsung Galaxy S3. Currently on the Docomo network here in Japan, coming to you from Osaka. It's a little bit pricey. The box value for the device itself is about nanaman, so 73,000 yen. Yeah, that's right, 73,000 yen. And comes with, and that's with the 2-year contract. I don't believe you can get it unlocked at this point, but I'm not sure. So it's kind of a false unboxing because they unbox it for me already at the store to set it up. So we'll talk a little bit about Docomo's issues there in a bit. So first, here's the thing. Looks like I need to get a bigger table, eh? Here's the box. Pretty box. Docomo has the Crossi, which is or Koroshi, which is the LTE network for Japan. And there's the device. Right. So here, the Galaxy S3, AMOLED, Super AMOLED display, Android, dual-core CPU. She said it has a 32 gigabyte RAM installed and a 2 gigabyte card. I'm not sure, I haven't actually dug down into it because I didn't want to go too far in without it. It's a nice little plastic wrap on it. It does come with Android 4.0, which is Ice Cream Sandwich. And it comes with the Saifu, the electronic wallet, as well. So there's that. The Ice Cream Sandwich is the current version of Android. Jelly Bean is 4.1, which was just announced at Google I/O a couple of days ago. And this has the dual core rather than the quad core. This one runs at 1.5 gigahertz each, and is on the LTE network. There is a limit of 7 gigabyte download upload, so 7 gigabytes of data transfer per month on the phone. And you have to give them, well, again, you have to give them a Google account to get it set up, although I could probably have fought with her a little bit, but I didn't want to be too rude. There was no reason to. Very shiny back. It does feel light, and I will say, having seen the screen earlier, it is nice and shiny. So there's that. I'll turn it on in a second. Let's see what else is in the box. Basically 2 versions of the insurance cards or warranty cards, and the other version that includes the micro SD and some instructions. Get to that in a minute. USB for connection and power. Looks like it's a standard micro USB connector. Earplug jacks. Phone earbuds. They look decent. And it's got a volume rocker and a mute button right on the ones in the box. Plus a power adapter, so you can plug the USB into this instead of plugging it into a computer. Off the top of my head, I don't know. It says it's a 10 amp. It says it's a 10 amp converter, so it should be fine. It's about the same power draw that the new iPhones and the iPad pull, so very shiny and black, very nice. I don't know if they're interchangeable or not. We'll see. Well, we may see. It's a fairly expensive. That would be an expensive mistake if it were not. So pretty standard, fair USB connector. Right. Nothing terribly exciting about that. So I pulled it it comes with generally a 2-year contract. And if you get the phone, you can pay for the phone all at once, or you can pay for the phone over the life of the 2 years. If you pay for it all at once, it's about $700. Well, $700 if it's 1-to-1, but it's not. So it's actually fairly expensive now that I think about it. Has a Qualcomm 4G chip in it, which there's no way that camera will pick up, so we're not even going to worry about it. Load shortcut. So of course it comes into comes in Japanese. Come on. Right. So and all of the Japanese stuff. Aptly comes. They set up a Docomo account for it. A Docomo. Docomo what? A Docomo email address for the phone as well. Power button on the side. Volume rocker over here. Okay. And then to switch it to English, we'll go into settings, set there. And it comes with Bluetooth 4.0, which is very nice. Much more powerful than the others. Good response on the drags. It feels really thin, and they use a little bit of a visual trick. Ooh. Use a little bit of a visual trick to make it look even thinner than it is with a two-tone blue and black, or blue and darker blue. All right, come back here. I have no idea how the battery life is going to be. It's supposed to be very good. This is currently in Japanese. Here's the change. And we'll switch from Nihongo to English just to make life a little easier. And there we go. So I haven't gone through any of these at all. And I'll go through it later on just to see. But it is a very clear, big, bright screen that doesn't change on the main home screen. But I think maybe the D market. Seems very responsive. And the texture on the back is very slippery. I don't think it's that slippery. It's not any worse than anything else. But the difference between this and the iPhone is the iPhone does seem to have something on the edges to be able to grasp it with. So there's the change for the size. Yeah. So it's pretty responsive. Very pretty decent. Yeah. It looks like a nice phone. So there's the unboxing for the Galaxy S3. A couple of things. So I got this through Docomo or NTT here in Japan, and a couple of things that you'll need to know before you go running down to Docomo. In general, if you're just talking about services, this is going to run about 5,500 yen a month, pretty much no matter what. If you pay for the phone over time, then you'll be looking at closer to 8,000 yen a month, or hasen a month, for the life of the contract, plus 2 months, I believe. So if you want out of the contract at any point before that, then you will need to pay an extra ichiman, or 10,000 yen, or about $120 these days. Depends on what the exchange rate is. And they will let you out of the contract, which is not bad for a cancellation fee, quite honestly. But it is a little strange. You need to make sure that you have enough time on your visa to be able to get through the entire contract. Otherwise, there is a 14-month contract, I believe, but I didn't go for it because it just jacked everything up so expensively. If you are short term, I don't think you'll be able to get this phone because I believe you have to have enough time on your visa to be able to complete the contract. There are other options available, or cheaper phones or whatever. You will need to bring something that shows what your visa status is. Usually your foreigner card is fine, but with the foreign and residential thing changing next month, or not that next month, next week, the new foreigner registration system will be changing in Japan, and so your current card will work fine until then. You will also need a secondary ID. I used my driver's license. And if you're going to pay directly out of your bank account, you'll need your bank book. And if you use a Hanko or a stamp or Inkan for your bank account, you'll need to bring that with you as well. Otherwise, just use a credit card, and it's pretty smooth. What else? Yes, the Google account. So you need a Google account to set up Android service. They asked me to write down, and this is a problem actually. They asked me to write down a Google account that I want in a secondary, and then they asked for a password because they'll set the account up for you. Now, I was in a little bit of a hurry, so I didn't fuss with it too much, but I didn't want to give them any of my passwords. They did give me the paperback with my password written down that I wrote my password on, or wrote the password on, at the end of the thing, after they gave me the bag and everything. So you do get the paperback. They don't keep it. However, the person who is setting up the Google account sets it up in your name. So it's kind of a problem. Google and Docomo both, you need to change this. Either if the person needs help setting it up, you need to ask. If they are going to set the Google account up for you. Otherwise, basically, as soon as you get the Google account done, you need to get in and change the password, and you give them a throwaway password for the time being. It was a little frustrating. I'm not that security conscious about stuff, but I am security conscious enough to know that is a bad idea. So this girl sees, or the woman who is helping me sees probably, well, however many of these they sell a day. Whenever not good. And I don't know, I tried to keep an eye on her while it was, not that I don't trust her, but and in general in Japan you don't have to worry about that so much. However, it just takes one bad person to not have a good experience. So be aware of that. My recommendation is give them a crappy password, and then as soon as you get home, change it. This is my first experience with Android. I've been iPhone all the way up to this point, and will continue because I really like my iPhone. This is mostly for the purpose of this review, and to give Android a kind of a test run. I have a couple projects coming up that will need Android. I'll need a little bit of Android development. So I want to be a little bit more familiar with the operating system and how it works and how it feels. So yay! Basically, it's going to be a secondary work phone for me. It was overall a good experience. Let's take a look at the card. Except for giving the password out issue, I didn't care much for that. All right, paper. Oh, it's the instruction book, starters, quick start guide, all in Japanese. Docomo thing, basically telling you how to use your micro SD card. So, yeah, so I have no experience with Android 4.0 or before or anything else. So, I'm curious to see how it'll go. I've heard that you can put in a new Google account and it will change, but I don't know how. I don't know. We'll see. So. That's it. That's the unboxing for the for the Samsung Galaxy S3. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were able to get something out of it. This phone was released on June 28th in Japan, and currently it is July 4th. Yay! Happy Independence Day. for my brothers and sisters in the U.S. So, yay! Yeah, that was creepy. Anyway, yeah. So this phone's been out for at least a week, or about a week, and haven't heard been able to find any rumors on numbers or how well it's selling. But it does look like a really nice phone, and if you get one, I think you'll enjoy it. It's pretty smooth, and the screen is really, really, really nice. So it seems very responsive, and we'll see with this how the storage situation goes. But with a pretty big SD card, you should be able to store quite a bit of media and other information on the phone. So enjoy. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. I'm going to go chill in Kansai.